Healthcare Development Agency Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2023, HB 806, and Federal University of Environment and Technology, Kuruma, Sakbenwa, Tai, Ogoni, River State Establishment Bill 2023, HB 1040. The House knows that pursuant to Order 12 through 17 of the standing orders, the House may, upon re-gazetted or circulated, consider in the Committee of the Whole without commencing de novo the bills whose report were presented by the committee before consideration, passed by the House and forwarded to the Senate for concurrence, for which no concurrence was made, passed by the House, Senate, and forwarded to the House, for which no concurrence was made or negatived, passed by the Presiding Assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof was not communicated before the end of the tenure of the Presiding Assembly. Also knows that the aforementioned bills were passed by the Presiding Assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof was not communicated before the end of the tenure of the last Assembly. Aware that the bills were read for the first time in this Assembly as HBs 501, 502, 505, 580, 806, and 1040 respectively, resolves to recommit the bills to the Committee of the Whole for reconsideration. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder, Honorable Baruna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My distinguished colleagues, I am Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura, member representing Ilela Guadabawa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to second the motion ably moved by my chairman, Rules and Business, that outstanding bills be recommitted to the Committee the Whole for consideration. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Bills committed to the Committee of the Whole. The 13th order of the day is a motion on the need to encourage the growth and development of indigenous construction companies in Nigeria. Standing in the name of Honorable Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims, Honorable Halims is hereby invited to move the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Halims is not on the floor. I move that the motion be stepped down.
Bill stepped down by the leave of the House. The 14th order of the day is a motion on the need to introduce mandatory drug testing for secondary school students in Nigeria. Standing in the name of Honorable Moshood Olaruwanju Oshun, Honorable Oshun is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the People's Speaker, and distinguished members of this honorable House. My name is Moshood Olaruwanju Oshun. I represent the good people of Lagos Mainland Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that adolescence is a critical period for drug abuse, influenced by factors such as experimental curiosity, peer pressure, pure socio-economic conditions at home, and the need for extra energy for daily activities. Also notes that the youth are critical stakeholders in fostering socio-economic development in the country, and their vulnerability to societal vices necessitate strategic government intervention to secure their well-being and enhance their contribution to national development. Mr. Speaker, distinguished House, the House worried that substance abuse among young people is fast becoming a global public health concern, gradually leading to complications like personality disorder, drug dependence, and death. Also worried...
Honorable Shatima, I don't know when the House has discharged you. No, go ahead, go ahead.
also worried that according to studies which showed a notable prevalence of drugs and substance abuse across secondary schools in Nigeria, 1 in every 4 students between 15 to 19 years abuse substances. Syrup containing codeine and tramadol top the list of drugs, ranking higher than cannabis. Aware that random student drug testing, RSDT, is a drug prevention program whereby students are tested for recent use of illegal substance and is aimed at deterring drugs use and identifying students who need help with staying drug-free. Cognizant that a mandatory routine and random drug testing for students is for preventive, not punitive purposes, and early intervention is crucial for achieving success in tackling the menace of substance abuse. Mr. Speaker, fellow members, the House resolves to urge the Federal Ministry of Education and Health to collaborate and develop a mandatory drug testing program for secondary school students in Nigeria. 2, also urge the National Orientation Agency and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to increase awareness about substance abuse among secondary school students nationwide. And finally, mandate the Committee on Basic Education and Services and Healthcare Services to ensure compliance and report back 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, Shatima Ari Mohammed Abdul Momin is my name. I represent National Total Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion ably moved by a colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. I've already called, so please, it's late. This motion is referred to the Committees on Basic Education and Services and Healthcare Services for further legislative action. The 15th order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate the funds disbursed to the licensed electricity distribution companies by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, as loans under the National Mass Metering Program, standing in the name of Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo. Honorable Okonkwo is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you very much, the highly amiable Speaker, my respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo, member representing the bankable, wonderful people of Idemili North and South Federal Constituency. I am from Anambra State, the light of the nation. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise today to move a motion on the need to investigate the funds disbursed to the licensed electricity distribution companies by the Central Bank of Nigeria as loans under the National Mass Metering Program. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the House notes that the National Mass Metering Program, NMMP, was launched by the Federal Government of Nigeria through the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to provide funds as loans to the licensed electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, to improve customers' metering and eliminate estimated billing. The House also notes that the NMMP aims to reach over 6 million households and businesses with meters before the end of 2021 as part of the power sector reform agenda to promote transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the power sector. The House is concerned that there have been reports of discrepancies, mismanagement, and non-compliance with the terms and conditions of the loans disbursed under the NMMP by some DISCOs, leading to inefficiencies, underperformance, and failure to achieve the objectives of the NMMP. The House is also worried at the lack of proper oversight, monitoring, and evaluation of funds disbursed under the National Mass Metering Program by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which has created opportunities for corruption, diversion, and misappropriation of public resources. the House resolves to the following. 1. Urge the federal government to prioritize the implementation of the Power Sector Recovery Program, which provides a roadmap for sustainable power sector reforms. 2. Urge the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to provide a detailed report on the implementation of the National Mass Metering Program, NMMP, including the number of loans disbursed, the amounts disbursed, and the status of the loans to the Committee on Banking and Regulations. 3. Further urges the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, to provide a comprehensive assessment of the performance of the DISCOs in metering customers and eliminating estimated billing. 4. Mandates the Committees on Banking Regulations, Power, Rural Electrification Agency, Housing and Habitat to investigate the disbursement and use of funds under the NMMP by the Central Bank of Nigeria and ascertain the level of compliance with the terms and conditions of the loans. 5. The House also mandates the Committees on Banking Regulations and Power to investigate the following: case of discrepancies, mismanagement, and non-compliance with the terms and conditions of the loans disbursed under the National Mass Metering Program, and the level of oversight, monitoring, and evaluation of the use of funds disbursed under the National Mass Metering Program by the Central Bank of Nigeria, and to recommend measures to enhance transparency, accountability, and performance in the National Mass Metering Program, and report back within 4 weeks. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
The only High Chief we have from the whole entire southeast of Nigeria. Please, you are recognized. You can go ahead and second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency. I salute you, sir. And my great colleagues, I salute you. My name is Honorable High Chief Kenny Small Chukwugozie Nwachukwu. I am from Imo State, and I represent the great people of Olo, Osu, and Oru East Federal Constituency. I rise to second this great motion, ably moved by my ally, my brother, Honorable Uchenna Harris Okongo. I so second, Mr. Speaker, and my awesome colleagues. Thank you.
Before I even put the question, High Chief, please, I beg you, try to make my DS a High Chief too. You can't be the only one here. Eh?
Your Excellency, he is already a High Chief.
No, Your Excellency, I'm a super High Chief. I'm not a High Chief.
I didn't know.
I concur in totality, Your Excellency.
I'm a super High Chief in Igbo land. Your Excellency, in Abia State, I'm the Enyi Abia one.
Oh.
Enyi
Good to
Abia
hear.
is the biggest title.
I thought
Abia State,
Honorable Canis is the only one who has exclusive jurisdiction to bear that title. I'm well guided now. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Sadesoli, you are now the acting majority leader. And Honorable Fulata, you are the acting whip of the House. Please use your big voice to bring order to the House.
Order, order, order.
Honorable colleagues, this motion is referred to the Committees on Power, Banking Regulation, Rural Electrification Agency, and Housing and Habitat for further legislative action. The 16th order of the day is a motion on deplorable state of Red Network in Federal Housing Estate, Alimosho, Federal Constituency of Lagos State, standing in the name of Honorable Ganiu Adele Ayuba. Honorable Ayuba is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, our amiable Speaker, Speaker of the People's House, in Yasansa of our time. Mr. Speaker, Abdulganiu Adile Ayuba is my name. I'm proudly an Awori man of Akeson Town descent. I speak for and on behalf of Alimosho Federal Constituency. Alimosho Federal Constituency happens to be the most populated federal constituency in the nation. But ironically, he is the most neglected in the nation. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Lagos State, our great state that is actually elegantly rising above the common standard of excellence worldwide. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to move this motion as regards the deplorable state of road network in the federal housing estates at Alimosho Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that Gowon Estate and the federal low-cost housing estate, also known as Shagari Estate, in Alimosho Federal Constituency, they were constructed and managed by the Federal Housing Authority in accordance with the mandate of development and management of real estates on both commercial and portable basis in all states of the Federation. The House also notes that the aforementioned estates, they were built as part of plans by the federal government to cater for housing deficits and infrastructural inadequacies in Nigeria, and like some other housing estates across the country, were provided with social amenities, including but not limited to road networks, to make human and vehicular movement within the estate easy. Mr. Speaker, the House concerned that over the years, Mr. Speaker, for sake of instance, these housing estates were converted between 45 to 56 years ago. We knew when Gowon and Shagari ruled these states. And no agents of government has ever visited these estates, ever they were constructed. Mr. Speaker, this Shagari housing estate in Alimosho Federal Constituency have been highly in deplorable state due to neglect and abandonment by the agency responsible for their maintenance. Also concerned that the deplorable state of the road has caused pain and agony to residents, particularly during emergencies, resulting in loss of precious lives, productive time, avoidable expenses, and vehicular maintenance and depreciation of the value of the properties within the estate. Mr. Speaker, taking the cognizance that the House taking the cognizance that unless urgent steps are taken to rehabilitate the roads in the affected estate, the situation could worsen, thus resulting in devastating consequences. Mr. Speaker, the House thereby resolve and urge the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Federal Housing Authority, and Federal Road Maintenance Agencies, FEMA, to commence rehabilitation and reconstruction of this deplorable and dilapidated road in Gowon Estate and Federal Low-Cost Estate, that's Shagari Estate in Alimosho Federal Constituencies of Lagos State, and mandate the Committee on Housing and Habitat to visit Gowon and Shagari Estate in Alimosho Federal Constituency to assess the level of degradation of the road networks in this estate and make provision for rehabilitation of this estate in Alimosho Federal Constituency, Lagos State. Finally, the House mandated the Committee on Housing and Habitat and legislative compliance to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I hereby move.
Honorable Gangaria.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Dr. Maruf Adewale Adebayo. I speak on behalf of the good people of Repodun, Orolu, Oloruda, and Osogbo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Osun State. I hereby rise to second the motion ably moved by my Honorable Ayuba
from Alimashaw Federal Constituency on the deplorable situation of the roads network in Alimashaw Federal Constituency. I hereby second the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. This is an infrastructure-related motion. It doesn't need any debate, so I'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is referred to the Committee on Housing and Habitat for further legislative action. The 17th order of the day is a motion on the need to revoke non-performing modular refinery licenses and reissue license to competent investors, standing in the name of Honorable Chris Unquota. If Honorable Water is hereby invited to move the motion. Is he around?
No, Right Honorable Speaker is unavoidably absent. I move it, we step down.
Motion dropped by the leave of the House. A is a motion on the need to convert all federal government press building Ajeguli to a vocational and skills acquisition center for youth empowerment, standing in the name of Honorable Kalajaye Adebayo Paul. Honorable Paul is hereby invited to move the motion.
Same story, Your Excellency. Honorable Paul is not on the floor at the moment.
Motion also dropped by the leave of the House. The 19th order of the day is a motion on call to constitute the board of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, standing in the name of Honorable Tochukwu Chinedu Okere. Honorable Okere is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, and my distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Tochukwu Chinedu Okere. I represent the entire people of Owerri North, Owerri West, Owerri Municipal Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I am an Owerri man from Imo State. I rise this day to move a motion on the call to constitute the board of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM. The House knows that the Section 2, Subsection 1 of the Nigerians in Diaspora Establishment Act 2017 states that there shall be a governing board for the commission, which will be responsible for its general administration. The House also knows the genuine intent of President Muhammadu Buhari in signing the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission Act 2017 was in response to complaints Nigerians suffer in their host countries, resulting in a huge embarrassment to the image of Nigeria and its rating before the community of nations. The House further knows that the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission provides for the engagement of Nigerians in the diaspora in the policies, projects, and participation in the development of Nigeria, and the purpose of utilizing human capital and material resources of Nigerians in the diaspora towards the overall socio-economic, cultural, and political development of Nigeria. The House is also aware that Nigeria has a huge, well-educated, and hard-working diaspora population across all the continents of the world, and constitutes a significant percentage of active economic capital for our national growth and development. The House is also aware that a recent World Bank report states that Nigeria is the highest remittance recipient country in sub-Saharan Africa, approximated at about $20 billion in official remittances by the end of 2023, which is about 38% of remittances flowing to the regions. At the close of 2023, the exchange rate of 885 naira 88 kobo was about 17.71 trillion naira. The House is concerned that the challenges faced by the Nigerians in diaspora that necessitated the establishment of the commission remain unresolved and have worsened, attributed to the fact that the board of the commission has yet to be constituted by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria since its establishment 7 years ago. Also concerned that Nigerians in the diaspora have contributed significantly to the country's economic growth, development and social stability, and their welfare be given special attention by the government with its organs. The House is worried that if the board is not constituted immediately, the capacity of NITCOM to address the challenges of Nigerians in diaspora will worsen, and that will present Nigeria from a negative perspective as a country that does not care for the welfare of its citizens, thus undermining the establishment of the Commission. The House resolves 1, to urge the President to give effect to the provisions of Section 2, subsection 1 of the NITCOM Establishment Act 2017 by constituting the Board of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NITCOM. And 2, also urge the President to inaugurate the board after their confirmation and charge it to immediately address the numerous challenges facing the Nigerians in the diaspora. And 3, mandate the Commission on Diaspora to ensure compliance. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Sawaro, representing the good people of Oriomo-Nhode Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I remain a proud Benin chief from the great kingdom of Benin. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second this all-important motion, ably moved by Honorable Tochukwu. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is referred to the Committee on Diaspora for further legislative action. The 20th order of the day is a motion on the need to restrain the relocating of the long-time installed firefighting simulator and other equipment from the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Sabongari, Zaria, Kaduna State, standing in the name of Honorable Sadiq Ango Abdullahi. Honorable Abdullahi is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Sadiq Ango Abdullahi, member representing Sabongari Federal Constituency. I'm from Kaduna State. My motion today is on the need to restrain the relocating of the long-time installed firefighting simulator and other equipment from the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Sabongari area of Kaduna State. The House notes that the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace is allegedly relocating the long-time installed firefighting simulator from the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Sabongari area, Kaduna State, which has been of great importance to the college, to an unknown destination. Also notes that the Nigeria College of Aviation Technology is a higher education institution in Sabongari, Zaria, Kaduna State, established in 1964, specifically to train students on aircraft engineering, flying, and air traffic expertise advice. Aware that the firefighting simulator was installed to train firefighting officials on 28 types of fire and non-fire operational incidents involving aircraft in the aerodrome and its vicinity, and also to tackle any fire incidents in the college. Worried that the minister's email to Alpha Metal Technology Company, who installed the firefighting simulator at the college, has caused tension as the firefighting simulator benefits higher institutions in Zaria and environs. Cognizant that the firefighting simulator is a national asset and an important tool in the training of firefighting officials within aviation industry, and it also reduces the capital flight of training aircraft firemen and women overseas. Resolves to 1, invite the Honorable Minister of Aviation to brief the House on the relocation of the firefighting simulator, and 2, mandate the Committee on Aviation to investigate the allegations about the relocation of the firefighting simulator and the location to be taken and report back within 2 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment.
Amendment?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, my amendment is to add as prayer 1 to suspend the relocation of the firefighting simulator and other equipment until the investigation is concluded. To suspend the relocation of the firefighting equipment and simulator until the, is to suspend the relocation of the firefighting simulator and other equipment from the college until the investigation is concluded.
Okay.
That's
Any seconder?
It's an additional something as prior 1.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, sir.
What is on prayer 1, right?
Yes, suspend the relocation.
No, I have heard you.
Okay, okay.
So any seconder? Yes, Honorable Ikara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Dr. Aliu Mustafa Abdullahi. Mr. Speaker, I represent the whole of Nigeria, starting from the state of the People's Speaker, the Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives, the Ian Zazzau. Mr. Speaker, I came through the votes of the good and peaceful people of Ikara and Kubo Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my brother and colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, next.
Good day, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Ibe Okwarosonga Ukabo Hafia, and I represent the very prosperous people of Aruchuko Hafia Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my amendment is to delete prayer 1. Let the committee investigate. After the investigation, in the course of the investigation, if they require to see the minister, then let him come. It is counterproductive for them to investigate and yet invite the minister. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to this amendment? Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Hart.
The right Honorable Speaker, my name is Honorable Kelechi Wogu. I rise to second the amendment made by my colleague. I so.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Aviation and Aviation Technology for further legislative action. The 21st order of the day is a motion on the urgent need to act on the United Nations report on terrorist cells in Katsina State, standing in the name of Honorable Aliyu Abubakar. Honorable Abubakar is hereby invited to move the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, sir, my respected colleagues, I rise to move a motion in respect of the need to act on the United Nations report on terrorist cells in Katsina State. Right, Honorable Speaker, sir, the House notes that over the years, the northwestern states have been consistently associated with banditry, particularly Katsina State, where 23 out of 34 local government areas are directly affected by banditry activities. Aware of the recent United Nations Special Report on the ongoing security challenges in certain areas of Katsina State, which has disclosed the existence of 24 terrorist cells spanning approximately 30 forests in the northwestern region of Nigeria. The report also provides details on the numerical strength and leadership of the cells. Also aware that the report identified the presence of encampments in Kankara, Safana, Jibia, and Bazari local government areas of Katsina State, accommodating an estimated populace of no fewer than 1,920 tourists. Also aware that the bandits have destroyed lives and properties in northern Nigeria, causing severe impacts on political and socio-economic development. Cognizant of the need to address this organized crime of banditry to prevent humanitarian and human rights consequences, severe deterioration and violence spread in conflict-affected communities, the House resolved to urge the relevant security agencies to take advantage of the intelligence to combat banditry attacks in Katsina State and take stiffer measures to ensure the safety of lives and property in the affected communities. Also urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to intervene and assist the victims to alleviate the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the affected areas. And also, the last but not the least, to mandate the committees on emergency, disaster preparedness, and poverty alleviation to ensure compliance. I so submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Aminu Jamu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, my honorable colleagues, I remain Aminu Jamu Daura, Majidadin Ian Zazzau, representing Daura Sandamu and the Adwa Federal Constituency. I rise to second the motion heavily moved by my brother. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Emergency Disaster Preparedness for further legislative action. The 22nd order of the day is a motion on the need to address the delay in completing the dualization of Suleja Mina Road project, standing in the name of Honorable Yusuf Kure Baraji. Honorable Baraji is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Yusuf Kure Baraji, member representing also Paipuro Federal Constituency of Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I am up on my feet to present a motion for the urgent need to address the long-standing delay in completing the Suleja Mina Dualization Road project. Mr. Speaker, note that the contract for the dualization of this strategically important 124.8 kilometer road.
Honorable Sadiq Ango, please, after, I want to see you.
Suleja Mina Road was awarded in 2010 with an initial completion date of 2011, yet remain uncompleted to date. Acknowledge the immense hardship faced by commuter plying the single lane portion of the road due to its deplorable state and frequent accidents. Mr. Speaker, aware that at the inception, only 280 million naira was released for the project in 2011, and it has benefited from, the same project have benefited from funding window like the Sukut Road Fund, the NNPC Tax Credit Scheme, yet work is still ongoing. Worried that the latest completion deadline of January 2024 and indicated by the federal government during a project inspection has now failed to be met. Alarmed that despite this repeated extension spanning over a decade, the current status does not indicate when the project will now be completed. concerning that prolonged delay in completing critical road projects undermine economic activities, compound logistic issues, and fail citizens' expectations, and also concern that lack of proper maintenance of
Honorable Baraje, are you sure you are reading from the
Yes,
other paper?
I'm reading from it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
My attention has just been drawn that you are reading from a different script.
No, this is the original something.
Did you look at what is in the other paper?
Sir, I'm reading from there. Now, let me go to the prayers, Mr. Speaker, because I've finished the reading. Yeah. The prayer number one is, maybe it's there. The prayer number one, Mr. Speaker, is that to mandate relevant House committee to interface with the Minister of Works and Housing, Finance, Budget, and National Planning to address issues around the timely release of funds, project implementation challenges, and provide assurance on finally delivering this all-important road dualization project without further delay. Number two, to mandate the House Committee on Works to conduct oversight visit to the project site and interface with the contractor and submit a report and recommendation within 4 weeks. Number three, urge the federal government to conduct a special audit on the fund release for the project done so far. And finally, monitor progress and ensure project delivering within a set time. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, thank you for this privilege. I so move.
I will recognize somebody, but only if he allow me to convey the VP's message on him. Is that allowed carried? So go ahead, we'll discuss that later.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Shehu Saleh Rijau, representing the good people of Magama Rijau, Federal Constituency of Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, my brother, and my boss, Honorable Kure Baraje. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Works for further legislative action. The 23rd order of the day is consideration of several reports standing in the name of the House Leader. The Leader will now move for its consideration. Acting Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move I move that the House resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider. I move that the House consider the reports HB 315, HB 753, HB 109, HB 584, HB 585, HB 316, and HB 875. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Lowry, can you second on behalf of the Minority Leader?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, Kwamati Bitrus Lowry, representing Jamsa Noma Lamo, the Federal Constituency. I second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House Leader, can you move that the House do resolve to the Committee of the Whole? to consider these bills.
Honorable Speaker, I now move that the House resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider reports listed for consideration. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The rules, please, can you second? Chair rules.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion that the House do dissolve to Committee of the Whole. I so second.
The House hereby resolve into the Committee of the Whole. Thank you.
Where's my leading paper? Most distinguished colleagues, we have about 30 minutes to be out of this place, and I urge you to Honorable colleagues, the first bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act, Cap E, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2024, to enhance effective collaboration with relevant law enforcement agencies and for related matters. I invite the new leader of the House for today, Honorable Sada Soli, to give us the synopsis of the bill. Honorable Sada, please, only for the purposes of this Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Speaker, HB 315 is an amendment bill to the existing legislation which covers Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act. This amendment covers Section 1 of the existing act, which is deleting the FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit, which has a standing legislation, National Financial Intelligence Unit. So it has to be deleted from the existing legislation. Then moving again, there is an amendment on Section 2 to provide clarity of the existing act. There's an amendment on Section 4, Section 5, Section 6, Section 7, Section 11, Section 13, and Section 33 of the existing act. So move, Mr. Chairman.
That was very good, very comprehensive. You will finish analyzing the whole bill. That was a thorough job. Thanks a lot. Honorable colleagues, the question is that 11 clauses be made part of this bill, and I urge you to go through them clause by clause. Clause 1, clause 2, clause 3, clause 4. Who can tell me what is in clause 4? What is in clause 4? That's good. It means that we are considering it. Carried. Clause 7. We have to go back. Clause 5. Clause 5. Clause 6. We have carried clause 7, clause 7, clause 8, clause 8, clause 8 is on your page 10. In the middle, the one on the right side. Then if you go to 11, you see clause 9, the last line. Clause 9 carried. Clause 10. Clause 11. Explanatory memorandum. Long title. Honorable colleagues, the second bill to be considered is for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Life Coaching, Nigeria, to be charged with the responsibility of registration, discipline of its members to systematize the practice of mentoring and coaching and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of the bill again.
Mr. Chairman, this bill consists of 22 sections, and this bill seeks to establish the Chartered Institute of Mentor.
23, not 22.
With the responsibility of developing and maintaining the high standard of professional competence in mentoring and coaching in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, one of the basic reasons for this bill is to build individuals with strong positive personality, resourcefulness, goal-oriented, who will adapt to change in this dynamic situation that we find ourselves. So I think it's an establishment bill. If we give it time, it will enhance some of the human capacity and human resourcefulness of this country.
Thank you, Leader. The question is that 23 clauses be made part of this bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 5. Kelechi, what is on Clause 5? It's not carried as in Clause 5. Kelechi, what is on Clause 5? Kelechi, what is on Clause 5? The Chartered Institute of Mentoring. Secretariat, Mentoring Institute, don't you have it? Chartered Institute of Mentoring. Please give to those who don't have. Okay, Kelechi, you are forgiven. Clause 6, Clause 7, Clause 8, (8 to 15, 15 to 20, 21, 22, short title, explanatory memorandum. The third bill to be considered, honorable colleagues, is for an act to establish National Methodological Training Institute, Sagamo, Ogun State, to provide training information, supervision, guidelines, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in iron and steel, and oil and gas industry for national development and for related matters. Leader, I invite you to give synopsis of this bill.
Mr. Chairman, this is equally another establishment bill. which consists of 45 sections, and this bill seeks to establish National Meteorological Training Institute, Shagamu, Ogun State, to provide training, information, supervision, guidance, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in iron and steel and oil and gas industries for national development. Yes, Mr.
This is a straightforward bill, and it's an establishment, the proposal for an establishment act. There are 45 clauses that we want to make part of the bill. For now, they are clauses, they are not sections. I know Honorable Sada Soli loves the law so much, so he refers to clauses as sections. When they become acts, they become sections. At the time of proposal as a bill, they are clauses. So we are working with 45 clauses to become part of this bill. So clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 45, shadows. No, short title, shadows, explanatory memorandum. Long title. Honorable colleagues, the sixth bill, no, not the sixth. The fourth bill to be considered is for an act to establish national rice production, processing and research institutes, Igbemo Ekiti, Ekiti State, and for related matters. I invite the leader to give synopsis of this bill. Another establishment act.
Mr. Chairman, this is equally another establishment act, and it's incumbent on members to understand the importance of rice in this country and perhaps in this world, because 98% of the world population eat rice. It's a staple food, and we thank the government of APC for making Nigeria self-sufficient in rice. And therefore, for that need, there is need in order to secure the production of rice. That's the more reason why we have this establishment bill covering 21 clauses, and it seeks to make provisions for an institute to be known as National Rice Production, Processing and Research Institute, IGAMU, Ekiti State, to provide for its organization, control, and operation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think you highlighted a very pertinent issue there. I agree with you. This bill is timely, especially in view of our fight for food security, in the midst of food insecurity. These are the kind of bills that will, and I like the objective of this bill. If you go to 2, it says to increase the annual growth rate of the real GDP, to increase the value and growth rate of rice exports. I like that, to increase the value and growth rate of rice export, and to contribute to reduction of poverty and food insecurity in rural and urban areas. This is the kind of bill we should be getting that will help the federal government as well as the state in our fight against food insecurity. So I really commend whoever sponsored this. Oh, you are there. Take a bow, take a bow. Nice one. So the question is that 21 clauses be made part of this bill. Clause 1, 2 to 10.
Amendment, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, clause 2, item 3. Instead of food insecurity, why don't we put food security?
He said to contribute to reduction of food insecurity. So it's correct. He's reducing food insecurity. He's not contributing to the increase of food insecurity. I know where read it again.
You know, Mr. Chairman.
To contribute to
I also
the
want us to
reduction
read.
of.
I also want us to read in between the lines.
Contribute to reduction of
And food security. Contribute to reduction of poverty and food security. Not food insecurity. To secure the food. To secure the food. If you want to reduce poverty, you have to secure the food.
Say that
Let's
again.
read in
Say that
between the
again.
lines.
Say that again.
To contribute to reduction of poverty and of food security.
Okay, you want to put end of food insecurity.
Already there's end there. So he's adding something apart from reducing.
No,
Mr. Chairman, how do you reduce poverty? How do you reduce poverty? It's when you secure your food.
You know what we can do there? What we can do there is we can say contribute to reduction of poverty and increase food security. And increase food security. Okay? So we put increase food security and remove insecurity. That way they sound positive on both sides. Secretary, take notes. Carried is clause 2, sub 3. To contribute to reduction of poverty and increase food security in rural and urban areas. Carried. Clause 3. Clause 4. Clause 5. Clause 6. Clause 7. I don't understand 8. Rice production and processing. Rice grain after threshing and winnowing, also known as what is it not law we are making? This is historical. Clause 8 is historical. In 2022, rice paddy production for Nigeria was 8.17 million. Rice paddy production, that can't be part of our law. Storytelling. Can we expunge 8? Clause 8, expunge. Carried. I don't understand 9. Is it interpretation clause? All these things supposed to appear under the interpretation clause, where you do all these descriptions. You can't come within the body of the act and begin to define terms and subjects that you are addressing. That is not in line with our way of making laws. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about 9. Clause 9, expunge. Carried.
Clauses 8 and 9 to 20, and then later they can.
No, if you go to 20, which is interpretation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You can include it there. Amend 20 to include all these ones. So
Okay.
we can't move from 9 to 20. Let's expunge it because it's a misfit for that body of the act. And then when we go to interpretation clause, whatever we have lost in the body of the act, we introduce there and then interpret it. Expunge. Carried. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I remain Honorable Tese Ugbo. I want to observe on clause 10, section number 8, such sums as may be provided by the government of the Federation. I think this is a little bit vague. I'm of the opinion that there should be a more specific funding mechanism from the federal government if this bill or if this institute
will be funded.
Speak to your mic. I'm not hearing you. Control room, increase his mic so that I can hear.
Of recent, Mr. Speaker, the appetite of the government to fund new agencies is very low, and rightfully so. That is why the federal government recently tried to defund all councils in the country and even some institutes. So I'm of the opinion that this bill either develops a more structured funding mechanism from the federal government, or it is completely defunded. It is not funded by the government at all. It can run independently as an institute. That's just my observation and suggestion, Mr. Chairman.
Do you have any reply to that, the sponsor of the bill? Because I didn't understand him so clearly, but you should. You are sitting close to him.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I remain Fataba Olushola, representing the good people of Ado-Ekiti Federal Constituency of Ekiti State. Regarding to this clause, considering every other establishment bills in this house, I think this has been the usual practice. It has been the usual way of presenting the bills for consideration. And also federal government, since this is an establishment under the heart of agricultural colleges and institutions of the P, I believe it is a normal practice and standard.
Thank you. Leader.
Thank you, sir.
Move that this bill be stepped down for proper work to be done on it before you bring it back again. This is a very good bill, but it's not well structured. You need to go back to the kitchen, let them prepare it better. Move, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move that this bill be stepped down for further legislative actions. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, you can come back next week. Okay? Please move. That it should come back next week.
That the leader should endeavor to list it next week.
Yes.
I so
Please, Chairman Rules and Business, take care. If they work on it.
That the Chairman Rules and Business should endeavor to list it next week.
Yes.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that this bill be stepped down for next week, subject to same being tidied up by the...
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I encourage you to go and get more work done here. It's a good idea, but you know the bill, the law we are making is part of the process. We come here, we pick up for holes. We don't allow Nigerians out there to pick it. It's our job to do. We pick up holes and then we'll go back, fix it, and bring it back. So I hope to see it next week. Honorable colleagues, the fifth bill to be considered is for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, and for related matters. I invite the leader to give a synopsis of this bill. Make it brief. We know what it's all about. It's establishment.
Mr. Chairman, this bill consists of 39 clauses, and it seeks to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, and to provide training and research in general nursing, midwifery, and other specialties of nursing.
Thank you very much. The question is that 27 clauses be made part of the bill. Clause 1. 31 clauses, please. 39? Can I say it? Oh, it's up to 39 in the citation. 39 clauses be made part of the bill. Clause 1. Clause 2. 3 to 10. 10 to 20. 20 to 30. 30 to 38. 39, explanatory notes, long title. Honorable colleagues, the sixth bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act, Cap number 5, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to clearly define the scope of powers of the chairman of the commission to revoke order or notice under the act, to avoid arbitrariness and ensure effective collaboration between the commission and other agencies. And for related matters, I invite the leader to give the synopsis of the bill.
Mr. Chairman, this is an amendment bill of an existing act, an organization that is very important and is very key in fighting corruption in this country. This bill seeks to amend Section 6 and Section 51. The bill seeks to amend the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act, Cap number 5, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to clearly define the scope of powers of the chairman of the commission to revoke order or to notice under the act, to avoid arbitrariness and ensure effective collaboration between the commission and other agencies.
Thank you. It's a straightforward bill, it's just 4 clauses. But these 4 clauses be made part of the bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, explanatory memorandum, long title. Honorable colleagues, the 7th bill to be considered is for an act to establish the Federal College of Agricultural Technology, Otun Ekiti, to provide full-time courses in agricultural technology, applied science management, and other fields of study, and to make provision for the general administration of the college and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of this bill.
Mr. Chairman, this bill consists of 32 clauses. It's a bill which was considered by the previous assembly, and this bill seeks to establish the Federal College of Agricultural Technology, Otun Ekiti, to provide full-time courses in agricultural technology, applied science management, and other fields of studies, and to make provisions for the general administration of the college. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, leader. The question is that 32 clauses be made part of this bill. It's an establishment bill. Clause 1, 2 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 32, explanatory memorandum, long title. Please, leader, move that we revert to plenary to report progress from the committee of the whole.
Mr. Chairman, honorable members, I move that the House revert to plenary to report progress. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do revert back to plenary to report progress. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion that the House revert to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary. Most distinguished colleagues, the Housing Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to amend the Economic and Financial Crime Commission Act, Cap-E, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to enhance effective collaboration with relevant law enforcement agencies and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 11, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the Housing Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Life Coaching to be chaired by charged with the responsibility for registration, discipline of its members, to systematize the practice of mentoring and coaching for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 23, shadows, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on the bill for an act to establish National Meteorological Training Institute, Sagamo, Ogun State, to provide training, information, supervision, guidance, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in iron and steel and oil and gas industries for national development and related matters. Approve clauses 1 to 45, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on a bill for an act to establish National Rice Production, Processing, and Research Institute, Ibemo, Ekiti State, and for related matters. Approve clause 1, clause 2 as amended, approve clause 3 to 7, expunge clauses 8 and 9, and deferred consideration for further legislative action. It must be mentioned on that particular bill that we requested for it to be relisted by next week after due legislative cleanup. This is the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that the House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery Ekiti State, for related matters, and approved clauses 1 to 39, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, the House in Committee of the Whole considered a report on the bill for an act to amend the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act, Cap Number 5, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to clearly define the scope of powers of the Chairman of the Commission to revoke, order, or notice under the Act, to avoid arbitrariness and ensure effective collaboration between the Commission and other agencies and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 4, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Most distinguished colleagues, finally, the House and Committee of the Whole considered a report on a bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Agricultural Technology, Otunekiti, to provide full-time courses in agricultural technology, applied science management, and other fields of studies, to make provisions for the general administration of the college and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 32, share those, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Leader, please move that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the House of Representatives.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House do adopt the report as presented by Honorable Chair. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do adopt the reports as being presented. I so second.
Thank you. Motion moved, seconded. I ask the question. Those in support that the House do adopt the report of progress from the Committee of the Whole to become a working instrument of this House, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The report from the Committee of the Whole hereby becomes a working instrument of the House of Representatives. Leader, please move that the House do adjourn to Tuesday, next week, same time, same place.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House do adjourn till Tuesday, 5th March 2024, 11 a.m. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do adjourn to Tuesday, same venue, same time. I so second.
Thank you very much. Before I ask the question, let me also thank you for staying up to this time. It shows you love this nation. And I can assure you, some of the people who end up staying like this end up becoming leaders of this house, in one capacity or the other, because you know the ins and the outs of legislative work. I encourage you to keep doing Nigeria proud by staying and monitoring activities from beginning to end. That was why they elected you into this office. Having said that, the motion has been moved and it has been seconded for adjournment. And I want to ask the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I wish you a lovely weekend, and I'll see you by the grace of God on Tuesday. The House is hereby adjourned to Tuesday, 5th of March, 2024.